Hey guys, it's Scott with Scottie B Cards, and in this video I have more baseball card hot takes. Baseball Card Hot Takes is a series where I ask for your hot takes, meaning what do you think about baseball cards that others might not agree with, and I react to them and give my opinion. So I do this on Instagram. If you want to follow me there, feel free to Scottie_B_cards, and you can be a part of these in the future. Very first baseball card hot take. I love this hot take. I think it's a true hot take. If short prints have parallels, then they are not short prints. I agree 100%. A good example of this is in Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome has short prints, image variations, and that's like where actually is an image variation, different image. But then they have parallels. They have golds, they have greens, they have oranges, and they aren't any different than just the base gold version. And in my opinion, I'd usually rather have the base gold than the image variation gold because the base gold is the base card. So I agree 100%. If a short print has a parallel, it is not a short print. It is just another base card in my eyes and another excuse to keep making more parallels, more numbered cards, make packs have better stuff in them, and I don't like them. I don't like them at all. The next one, the market is dead. I disagree. There are a lot of expensive cards selling. Yes, it may not be as hot as it once was, but to say the market is dead, you must not have been collecting in the 2000s because if you did, or even the 2010s, at least in the first part of the 2010s, the market was really dead then in regards to sold prices and realized prices there. So the market's not dead. I understand the feeling if you joined in 2020, 2021, maybe it feels dead relative to that. But overall, the market, I think, is in a place that's sustainable, and that's going to be around for a while. I think that's a good thing. MLB debut patches will plummet in value. Many are putting them before first and rookie superfractors. Okay, so we've actually debated this on Spitballin' Cards, which is another show that I do. If you want to check that out, feel free to check it out. It's with 4 people, and we have like roundtable debates and discussion. But do we think that superfractor one-of-ones are more valuable than MLB debut patches, even if it's the Bowman Chrome first autograph? Who knows? I do not think they'll plummet in value. Yes, the random no-name players might plummet in value. They might be just as valuable as a Superfractor Bowman Chrome first autograph. It might not be worth as much. They actually were selling really high when they came out. They are a piece of the game and piece of MLB history where you actually can see where it was used, which I think may actually put them above Bowman Chrome first Superfractors in the long run. Even if it's a player who didn't do anything, it's still cool to have that piece of history, right? Versus a Bowman Chrome Super is just a Bowman Chrome Super. So do I think they're going to plummet in value? They might drop, yes, from where they came out, because every time anything new comes out, whether it's a new product, whether it's a new MLB debut patch, whether it's a new player making their debut, it's always the most expensive right away. And I think that's pretty clear in sports cards. That hype drives that value. Do I think they're actually going to plummet and be not very sought after? No. I think these cards will rival the Bowman Chrome first Superfractor. I do not think they will pass it. I think they will actually rival the Bowman Chrome Red out of 5 autograph because there's now a shimmer. There's all sorts of different things that are already been competing, different parallels in Bowman Chrome. So to summarize, I don't think they're going to plummet. I think they're cool, and I think they're here to stay. RPAs, rookie patch autographs, will be more sought after in future years. More sought after than they are now? Sure, I agree. Dynasty RPAs, there is a real world where they're going to be more sought after than they are right now because they're numbered to 10. Every single card, they have a nice piece of game-worn uniform. They're hard signed. They look really pretty. They come from a high-end set, and there's not many Dynasty RPAs overall. So I do think, yes, they're going to be more sought after than they are now, especially of Hall of Fame players. Let's say Juan Soto, I think will make the Hall of Fame. Same with Aaron Judge. You know, they really started making these in like 2015, 2016. So they don't go back forever. But yeah, they'll be more sought after then. Are they going to be more sought after than other sets? That's to be seen. Baseball card collectors don't love jersey cards with their autographs, and they love Bowman Chrome autographs before RPAs and rookie autographs in general. So who knows there, but I do think RPAs have a bright future in baseball cards. Honestly, I do. Otani cards are underpriced. So I don't think they are. I don't think Otani cards are underpriced. Maybe they are. I don't know. Me personally, if I thought they were underpriced, I'd be buying more of them right now. And I'm not buying them right now because it feels like there was a lot baked into his card. He started out really hot. He's slowing down right now. And that's the thing with Otani, is just a hitter. If he has a slump, there's nothing to redeem him. But when he's actually hitting and pitching, he still is doing both and is still awesome. And so if he has an injury, misses some time, or if he slows down a little bit, his cards, I think, have room to drop. Underpriced to me implies that they're going to keep going. going up, and I think that they could. Otani is generational, if not like one of the top 5 or top 1 most iconic players in Major League Baseball history when it comes to like doing something no one else has ever done. But at the same time, have you looked at how expensive his cards are? They are astronomical compared to almost every single player in Major League Baseball. Actually, no, compared to every single player in Major League Baseball. He's ahead of Mike Trout, ahead of Aaron Judge, ahead of Juan Soto, ahead of everybody by a large margin for very similar cards. And he has a lot of different rookie cards. So I don't think they're underpriced. You could actually argue they're fairly priced, and in some cards, overpriced, in my opinion. But I think it could be true on a spectrum. There are some that are underpriced, some that are fairly priced, some that are overpriced. But to me, I think they are fairly priced currently. I don't think they're underpriced. Barry Bonds will get into the Hall of Fame by the end of this decade, and his cards will erupt. I do not think Bonds will get into the Hall of Fame by the end of this decade. I don't know if Barry Bonds will get into the Hall of Fame while he's alive. I hope he does. If he's going to get in, might as well do it while he's alive. If he's not going to get in, then it is what it is. If he doesn't get in, doesn't need to do it while he's alive or dead because he's not getting in. But if he's going to get in, do it while he's alive. But I don't think it'll be by the end of this decade. But I do think if he did get into the Hall of Fame, his card market would erupt. I think that younger generations are caring less about steroids than older generations. We weren't alive to see it when it was actually going on or even understand what was going on, probably like the below 30 age. And because of that, it's not as big of a deal to us, especially because even though, yes, he cheated, and I think it's pretty obvious that he would not have had the numbers he had if he did not use steroids, but everybody was using steroids. That's a hasty generalization. A majority of Major League Baseball was using steroids, 50% or more. And because of that, it's hard to hold Barry Bonds solely accountable, especially when other players who tested positive in some ways, like David Ortiz, he was on some report. He actually didn't have a suspension, neither did Barry Bonds, are in the Hall of Fame when Barry Bonds was clearly better than those players. So I do think if he ever did get to the Hall of Fame, his cards would go up, but I wouldn't be surprised if the GOAT conversation makes him go up in the future regardless. Hobby values for modern players are entirely built on media coverage / narratives. They're obviously not entirely built on media coverage, but I do think they are absolutely partially built on media coverage. You have to play good, but there are certain players who aren't that good that get coverage and their cards are expensive when they shouldn't be. There's other players who are really, really good that don't get any media coverage and their cards are less expensive than they should be. Either way, I do think there's some players, I'm not going to say who those players are, who are vastly overvalued right now just because the media loves to focus on them. I'm not going to say who that is, but I do think that's a real thing. I think this person is saying the truth that the media coverage and narratives is very important for sports cards because people don't want to buy players that they aren't talked about or aren't regarded as great players, or people just don't like them. I think that matters. Rookie cards are overrated. I mean, all baseball cards, you could argue, are overrated. Rookie cards, I don't think they're overrated. They're the only real distinguishing, valuable cards of a player when it comes to like one specific year. They're easy to understand. They've been around for decades, right? I think rookie cards are great. But I understand if you don't like them and don't want to collect them. I totally get that. If that's not your style, I think they're too expensive compared to other cards a player has that are cooler or more rare. Totally get that. I don't think they're overrated. And the last one, red ink real one autographs are better than Dynasty. Yeah, I mean, red ink real one autographs, those are usually numbered to the year they came out with. So I think this year it's 74. Or maybe it's 75 this year because it's to the 1975 design, where Dynasty is an RPA numbered to 10, but there's usually about 10 different versions. So basically 100 Dynasty RPAs and then the 75 real one autographs that are red ink. That'd make an interesting video to see which one's actually selling for more, but I do think Dynasty is actually outpacing red ink autographs by a large margin at this point. Ezekiel Tovar, who's a rookie for the Rockies, he has had a red ink autograph that's been listed for $99 on auction that has not sold, but he's had multiple Dynasty RPAs that have sold for like over $300-400 consistently. So for me, I think that the red ink autographs are really great, and I think the Dynasty autographs are great, but I think the market is actually trending towards Dynasty, whether we like it or not. This is a personal preference, but I do think Dynasty is going to continue to become more expensive, regardless of what we all hope. But other than that, let me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, if you agree or disagree with me, and I will see you in the next video.